My vision really was for the group to actually get together and be part of the process in defining what they would like to do and what they would need to learn in order to actually embark upon sort of things like research studies. So trying to get a range of experience, learning more about research generally and where they might be able to make a difference.
I like being in the group for a number of reasons. I believe it does very essential work, that public research is done for the benefit of the public. It is paid for by the public, and therefore it is only fair that the public is involved.
Somebody else could learn from my experience, and that's how it proved really, because I didn't always say things that went down terribly well with the researchers, but then it's an important thing in today's world to come from different perspectives, and there were only two of us in the first research project who had what we call ourselves experts by experience in caring.
You have to talk to people, you have to have them involved in designing the research, what's important to them, or else you'll end up doing the wrong research. It won't be accessible, the language you use might be wrong. If you're wanting to recruit a particular community group, you need to be going to that community to find out what works and what doesn't work. And I don't think us as researchers, we're trained as researchers, but we don't have that real insight with that lived experience. It was so helpful and beneficial, I think, for members of the public to be involved in going out to the care homes, because they helped with recruitment, so they could explain the study to residents and take the time to talk to individual members, people with hearing difficulties. They helped to run focus groups, so they were talking to people, and I think related on a peer-to-peer level because they were of a more similar age. And then members of the public helped with analysing the data and looking at the interview transcripts and writing up papers, and were really part of the project from the very beginning to the end.
I'm a survivor of breast cancer and lung cancer, so I've always tried to raise awareness in our different community groups. So I've been part of a user group for a very long time. And because of that, I felt that I needed my voice heard, because we wanted to make changes for cancer patients. I have been involved in two projects, the bowel screening and the Salient, which is the food project, and also making changes in leaflets. For example, people's languages whose English is not the first language, what sort of wording should you use? So they have made changes on that, because they sent it back to me for feedback, and I've seen the difference it has made.
We bring all our perspectives and health issues from family, friends into, sort of perhaps this could be done, this could be done. I went on to work for MenCap as a communications officer, and I ended up as, I was the lead in parliamentary activities for the British Medical Association.
My lived experience has helped. I mean, you can't train for this sort of thing. It's not only mental health, it's other things like diversity and where you come from. It's all part and parcel. But it does help a lot in different, when it comes down to language, the way things are, spoken or written, or what perspective they're looking for. So it makes a lot of difference when it comes to research.
The fact that we club together, get our stories together, add weight.
So different to normal life.
On the dementia ones, my experience could be listened to, and the Evidem one was end of life care, so that again, my dad died just as I was joining, so I felt I could contribute to the Evidem study as well.
To the best of our ability.
I had a stroke 12 years ago, and when you suffer a major illness or injury, you tend to think that your life is over, certainly in a way that you can be contribution to society. This has made me feel that what I have to say is still worth people listening to. I can still make a contribution, which is, producing self-confidence and self-good.
My job did involve putting together projects of sort, not medical projects, and you had to bring in information from all areas. I'd like to think that I can make that useful to some people.
I'm an ex-geography teacher, where looking at data, using technology is at the forefront, and I enjoy doing that side of things quite well, so I felt like I had something to contribute.
If I hadn't involved PIRg members in my research, it would have looked different in the sense that we would not have been able to gauge the impact of it. Like, we would not be sure whether it aligns with their needs and priorities. We would not be sure if our research is usable and relevant. And we wouldn't even know what the next stage might be. What are the needs of the people moving forward from preliminary research? And I think it's so helpful to have those networks to help with the dissemination of the findings, and also promoting recruitment of the study and promoting the study itself.
Another highlight is how we've been able to move forward in terms of co-production. We worked together to develop a project around engaging with people with learning disabilities and autistic people. And we really started with a blank page, and we decided to have a workshop and invite our PIRg members and also public members from another group at the university. And we just came together and said, right, what do we want to do? Who do we want to work with? And the public members said, well, I'm a trustee of a MENCAP organisation, or I have a sibling who has learning disabilities, which we didn't know at all. And the group together came up with the most brilliant idea to work with people with learning disabilities, autistic people, and also to use creative methods.
I am kind of the link between researchers and members of the group, arranging the logistics of the meetings, keeping members up to date with different scenarios or requests that have come in from researchers, processing their payments.
It's important to recognise some people may be more comfortable with some parts of the research process than other parts, as well as knowing that sometimes topics may be closer to people's hearts than others, but just really just trying to make sure that they have a positive experience.
The group has made it so easy for those of us who can't travel to remain fully involved. All the meetings are held both in person and also online. I believe diversity of the membership, of background in education, in outlook and beliefs, I think a mixture is absolutely essential. I hope the group continues to function, continues to have competent and sympathetic leadership, and is given the funding that it needs.